50% price. So at the price that I was at before, it was, so we were doing kilos and we would do 5 kilos. Let's just say 10 pounds for 5 kilos for 300. So let's just say 10 pounds for 300. Right? That's about the conversion. Now that we're going into a pounds rate. So $300 divided into 10, right? So that's at about $30 a pound, right? It's not terribly too bad now that I'm, just doing these numbers and converting. Right now, retail, we have on the site, we just dropped it down to $45 a pound for the first time. It's summertime right now, and we have a promising season still ahead of us. It's starting to rain pretty much every day. It's cloudy a lot of the times by the afternoon, and it's really hot and wet. And so this is right now on the shop at retail, 45.
Are we talking all powder or are we talking loose leaf?
Yeah, I try to keep them both at the same price. I try to keep them both the same, even though powder, it's about the same. They're a little bit different as far as like what you have to do, but as far as like the timing and things, it's about the same. So I've always tried to keep them both the same price. Right now, we are spending even a little bit more time with the loose leaf because it takes a lot of sifting. And that's only because sometimes I don't necessarily have the time to strip all the greens before putting them in the dry room. So I'll at least pull them off the branches. I'll dip them in water, and then put them on the rack. But then that causes a lot of little sticks to come out of the dry room. And then we spend time sifting. Lots of time sifting. And so that time sifting is almost 2 times the amount as it takes now to powder, since we have a nice commercial powder machine. We have a big commercial powder machine now that pumps out about 1 pound per minute.
Does anyone in the collective have a sifting machine?
No, nobody in the collective has really even a supply of anything. This is the major issue, is that nobody is taking their greens and putting it on a drying rack and then having a final product. We have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of trees in our ecosystem, and no final product. That's our biggest problem. And so that's why I'm really focused on trying to get us a central location, like a warehouse or a store, so that way all the members who have all the trees, who call me every day, I have 10 people called me today, come harvest my trees, come harvest my trees. Because between 2015 to 2020, I established over 300 properties in Tampa. So I planted over 300 properties out. And then when things shut down in 2020, I got here. And for the first year to 2 years, I still tried to maintain them. But by 2021, when I started this collective, my main focus was to try to train and teach everybody how to do what I do, so that way we all have a pool of moringa to pull from. The main issue is that the people that do have trees, they're older and they're not in here. They're not in the collective members area. Like even Gene had a chance to witness this when he was live with me on 4th of July. One of our members, one of our first members, Susan, is in Clearwater, and she'll manage to either text me or find me on a live, but that same amount of energy, she's refusing to log into the members area to be more active with us here. She'll use the excuse, I don't use the internet, or I'm too old. And so that's a big issue that we have, is most of those 300 properties that I established, those were people that I met at the farmer's market, and they're older, they're retired, and they need the help harvesting. It's just sitting on the trees. And I just posted today a video on YouTube, about an hour and a half video on YouTube of me